Folks, let's go over the most important stimulus check information first. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, so here it is.
Well, I think that what will likely happen tomorrow, Anderson, I can't be sure, is that the bipartisan infrastructure bill will not succeed. And that's what I think is the right thing, and I support the progressives in the House for doing that. And the reason for that is that what the president campaigned on, what the president wants, what the American people want, what 95% of the members of the Democratic caucus in the House and the Senate want, are two major pieces of legislation. And that is to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure, very important.
Lawmakers have only 2 weeks now to lift or raise or suspend the debt limit and prevent an economic disaster. But Senate Republicans are refusing to help Democrats get it done. Today, President Biden called them hypocritical, dangerous, and disgraceful.
Republicans in Congress raised the debt 3 times when Donald Trump was president, and each time with Democrat support. But now they won't raise it. Meteor is headed to crash into our economy. In the days ahead, even before the default date, people may see the value of their retirement accounts shrink. They may see interest rates go up, which will ultimately raise their mortgage payments and car payments. And the American people, look, I just say it this way. As soon as this week, your savings in your pocketbook could be directly impacted by this Republican stunt. It's as simple as that. Republicans say they will not do their part to avoid this needless calamity. So be it. But they need to stop playing Russian roulette with the U.S. economy. It's one thing to pay our debts already acquired. It's another to require a supermajority to pay the debts already acquired. It's not right. Patent because everybody should have access to it. It costs $10 to make. To packages made as high as $13. They're still making 3 times what it cost them. It's not like they're being cheated. You know, we also closed the total out-of-pocket drug costs for seniors on Medicare at $2,000 a year, even for expensive drug costs like cancer drugs are $10. Last week, I laid out in my budget that we invest more in safer communities and expand access to mental health services for those affected by gun violence. Congressional Republicans should pass my budget instead of calling for cuts in these services or defunding the police.
The project has been receiving an uprising of online activism against it, including more than 1 million letters written to the White House in a protest of the project, and a Change.org petition with millions of signatures. Advocates are expected to challenge the project in the court justice. And so, let's see what happens, folks. There is an important update for all Americans. Experts are now warning the American people that you may owe money to the IRS this year. It is due to changes to the tax relief benefits and tax credits, but there are some changes that you can take. Although filing taxes can be a stressful process, there's often an upside. It's getting a refund. This year, filers are not seeing any refunds at all. If anything, they're looking at owing the IRS more money for the first time in a long time. And now, in a recent interview, a chief tax information officer said we are going to see a big increase in balance due filers. But Mark Steber isn't surprised by this trend in the slightest. In fact, he has even anticipated it before. Plus, in 2021, many key tax credits got a stabilized boost. The child tax credit, for example, saw its maximum value rise $2,000 per child to $3,000 per child ages 6 to 17, and $3,600 per child under 6. That was a huge bump. The credit also fully became refundable, so that if an eligible filer owed the IRS more money, it could still receive its entire value. But those enhancements went away in 2022, so did enhancements to the Child and Dependent Care Credit, and the Earned Income Tax Credit, that is. So that explains why many people are not only seeing tax refunds this year, but looking at the IRS debts. In 2021, the American Rescue Plan sent $1,400 stimulus checks into the recipients' bank accounts. Those who were eligible for the money didn't even receive it in 2021, were able to claim it on 2022 tax returns. But at this point, they aren't even really lingering stimulus.
Ever seen. This works hand in hand with the Inflation Reduction Act to really boost American innovation, competitiveness, and security. So we've clearly given the Department of Energy a lot of work to do. Congress has spoken clearly over the last 2 years. Between the Energy Act, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, and the Inflation Reduction Act.
It looks like economists have released a big warning to Americans. The recession is pushing more people, including families and retirees, into poverty. And now Kevin McCarthy has announced that he doesn't even support the new bill that Democrats have proposed because President Biden may take executive action this time. A group of conservatives in the House are pushing for a vote on a bill that would eliminate the Fed, income taxes, and the IRS. But some influential Republicans are pushing back against what appears to be a failure for the GOP. The bill known as the Fair Tax Act would actually scrap all individual and corporate income taxes while imposing a 30% national sales tax on goods and services to be collected at the state level. And it would eliminate the need for the IRS, everybody. So this could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you see it. But I personally believe it would be a good thing because in the deal with Kevin McCarthy for his House leadership, the conservatives reportedly want a commitment to bring the tax bill to the floor for a vote. However, the bill has virtually no chance of becoming law, and meanwhile provided Joe Biden and Democrats with new ammunition in their effort to paint Republicans as extremists. Chuck Schumer said that the Republican tax plan will raise the cost of buying a house to $125,000. Also, it would raise the cost of buying a car by $10,000. It would raise the average grocery bill by $3,500. And at a time when people are already worried about the high price of groceries, it looks like things are going bad. Schumer failed to note that the bill would also eliminate income and other taxes, but his remarks highlight the difficulty Republicans face if they push ahead with the bill. Analysis of similar tax plans showed that a national sales tax would be aggressive, raising taxes on the poor, reducing taxes on the rich, and other things like that. But several Republican leaders have already come out against the bill. Even McCarthy said that he earlier doesn't even oppose it. It would allow that it will come up for consideration. Happy Tuesday, everybody, and hope everyone's having a great day so far. So in this video, let's go over the latest news surrounding a fourth stimulus check and a $200 increase in your Social Security benefits. By the way, everybody, if you believe that the Social Security benefits must be increased by $200 a month, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. I personally believe that our politicians in Congress must do a better job in helping out the American people. The great American people still need help, and they need help now. And if you guys agree with my message, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. Because remember folks, the whole goal of this channel is to provide you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check news. I want to see every member of my community receive more stimulus payments. Way too many people are suffering. Now everybody, Joe Biden is set to outline the American Family's Plan in his speech to Congress this Thursday. Now everybody, we finally have some great news in regards to more stimulus payments and the $200 increase for all of you guys that are on federal benefits. According to multiple sources, Joe Biden is set to outline the American Family's Plan in his speech to Congress very soon. That's according to what White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said. Now the American